Right, so we're back with another topics video, okay? Maybe you thought MARKIE was going to come with something original. How stupid of you. Yes, we got a ship background again. A lot of people commented about that in the last video. Let's just get used to it, I reckon. We're going to be here for maybe another week or two while I get the Wi-Fi sorted in my new house. So we're going to have to put up with it, unfortunately. But yeah, either way, we have a few topics to talk about today. I was going to do a topics video yesterday, but the one topic we were speaking about took fucking forever to get through, and I didn't want to upload a video that was like 2 hours long, as I'm sure you guys would absolutely hate hearing my voice for 2 hours. So I split it into two, and then today it's going to be the topics video. We start off with the smaller stuff, work our way up to the bigger stuff, okay? You guys know how this works by now. But before we do get into this, I do just want to say, if you do enjoy this video, please do leave a like on it. I never ask for likes in videos really, unless it's right at the end that I just briefly mention it. But genuinely, it helps a lot with like the algorithm and stuff, and so the comments and whatnot. So if you haven't already, please leave a like, leave a comment. If you're new, subscribe. It helps out me massively. And yeah, you could be my best friend, even though we're never probably going to ever meet ever. Sounds a bit sad, doesn't it? But yeah, either way, let's just get into the first topic, shall we, okay? Logan Paul. Now, Logan Paul hasn't really said too much since he actually had his fight with Floyd Mayweather at the weekend. Fair enough. He's probably way too drunk to be posting anywhere at the minute. I'd be fucking drinking for at least a month straight. But Logan Paul did post one thing, and he kind of responded to a lot of people who said that Floyd Mayweather knocked him out, but carried him. And there's a clip going around of Floyd punching Logan, and it looks like Logan kind of goes limp over him, but realistically, he does just put his weight on him. Like, it does look a bit dodgy, but not dodgy enough for you to think he actually did get knocked out, okay? It's quite clear what's happening there. But a lot of people are trying to say this, specifically like the boxing heads who are trying to be like, oh, Floyd knocked him out. And Logan decided to reply to it on his Instagram story.
Morning after the fight, not too shabby for fighting the best. I'm seeing this narrative going around that there's one part in the fight where Floyd punched me and I kind of like leaned on him a little bit, and it looks like I kind of went limp. And people are trying to spin it and say that he knocked me out and caught me and kept me up to keep the fight going to the 8th round. Shut the fuck up. Like, just shut the fuck up. Like, stop trying to discredit what happened last night. Make no mistake, he got a lot of good punches in. There's a couple photos. I got fucked up a couple shots. I didn't know my face could like make that shape, but never rocked, never blacked out, never obviously got knocked out. He didn't hold me up. He tried to take me out and he couldn't. It was great.
So yeah, as you can see, he basically says that it just didn't happen. And it didn't, to be fair. I mean, you can look back at the clips, and some people are going to try and make it seem however they want. But yeah, they didn't. He did well. He obviously got beat most rounds, bar maybe like 1 or 2. But he did all right, man. He's a YouTuber who's fighting one of the best boxers ever. So he did good, and I feel like a lot of people are trying to take that away from him. Don't feel like it's too completely fair, but yeah. Let me know your thoughts either way. But either way, carrying on the topic of Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather, although no one technically lost that fight because there was no judges, there was no scorecards, so there was literally, did it go down as a draw, just a no contest? I do know what you'd class it as. There was just no winner, okay? Someone did lose, or a few people lost, and it seems to have been the crowd here specifically. Let's have a look at this TikTok.
Row 2 seats, $7.50 each. We can't even see the fight. This is wild. And then there's also no announcers. This is Firefest.
But as you can see, he paid $750 for a seat and couldn't even see the fucking ring. I mean, that is like apparently like, what, a $750 seat? He's fucking miles away. Whose idea was it to put this in a fucking stadium, for crying out loud? Yeah, this realistically should have been an arena. I imagine Floyd Mayweather's ego was like, oh, I could never fight in an arena. I'm gonna fight in a stadium, the biggest of them all, you know? And he probably just was like trying to call the shots and over again. But it did look like there was quite a few empty seats. Apparently there was still 30,000 people there. I don't know what the capacity actually is, but it did look like there was a lot of empty seats, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't for COVID reasons, because I'm pretty sure Miami and like Florida in general just doesn't really give much of a shit about COVID at the minute. So I don't think it's anything to do with COVID. They had 70,000 people the other day at the Canelo fight. So yeah, 30,000 people showing up, a lot of empty seats, and a lot of people paid a lot of money for a seat that isn't good in the fucking single slightest. I mean, if you put that in like most like arenas in the UK or just in England in general, that would be like a really fucking cheap seat. That would be one of the cheapest seats, and you'd be a lot higher up than that as well, so you could actually see what's going on. But yeah, apparently they decided to put in a stadium. Weird choice. But yeah, let me know your opinions anyways. Is it a bit of a scam? Is it a Firefest too? I don't think it's as bad as Firefest, because that was a bit more fucked in my eyes. But yeah, it seems to be a bit unfair. I'm very glad I didn't pay that money. Let's just put it that way. But if we're moving on away from the Paul brothers, we're actually going to go over to the TikTok side of things with Tayler Holder. Now, he was actually on the BFFs podcast. We spoke about them a few times on this channel. And if you don't know already, Tayler Holder also used to be in a relationship with Summer Rae, who's like one of the biggest like Instagram models, if you will. And Summer Rae's also been saying a lot about Tayler Holder recently about their relationship, saying some stuff where like Tayler was like crying and stuff and like started being weird with like a new guy he was seeing or something like that. And Tayler Holder went on the podcast and basically said his piece. So let's have a listen. Let's see what we think.
I try to be a nice guy all the time, and like I don't like to like put people on blast. It's not what I try to do at all. But like literally everything she said on Banks and Keem's podcast was all false. It started off as like the whole relationship was low-key like super toxic. She broke up with me literally every week. And like the first time I know she said something about me with my ex at a party. We were at Jake Paul's house at a party, and she was talking about my ex, Kaylin, and we ended up seeing each other there. And I was with Summer at the time, and Kaylin was like trying to talk to me. And so what I did, like she even texted me. She was like, "Yo, like, can we be friends?" And
at the party?
At the party.
Yeah.
Like,
Kaylin sent you.
Kaylin
Right.
didn't come up to me and talk to me. She texted me, right?
Yep.
And I didn't want to respond to her, so I went over and talked to Kaylin. And
So straight away, what we can see right here is it seems like a situation that probably shouldn't be online in the first place. It seems like a bit of a private matter, but we're here now, and obviously we're gonna fucking speak about it. Yeah, it's always odd hearing people like talk about private shit like this that happened like ages ago, but here we are. That's LA for you, isn't it?
And I was like, "Hey, like, I'm super happy with Summer. I want nothing to do with you. Like, please, like, respect that and like, don't hit us up, right?" She saw me talking to her, which like I could see where it is, but had no like, didn't want to hear me out at all. Literally, like, starts dog cussing me in the party. Like all my friends are there, like pushing me, like in front of
Summer did?
Summer,
Okay.
in front of everybody. Leaves without me, doesn't even leave with me, blocks me on everything. Every time we broke up, she would instantly block me on everything. That's why, like on like TikTok and all that stuff, it was always like, oh wow, they unfollowed each other and followed each other again. They unfollowed each other.
Right, because I make jokes about that in TikTok all the time. I'd be like,
never-
"Oh, Taylor and Summer, the weekly unfollow. Here it is."
So I never unfollowed her ever. She just blocked me every time.
Right,
So they
okay.
didn't make me unfollow
Super
her.
toxic.
Yeah, see, the one thing I kind of just don't understand about this is that I feel like Tayler and Summer were together like a year ago or something at this point, and I'm pretty sure both of them have been in relationships since. Why are they still talking about it? It makes zero fucking sense, especially with Dave Portnoy of all people, the fucking CEO of Barstool or whatever he is. Why does he care? He don't give a shit about this TikTok drama. Why is he there? I'm so confused.
She hit the 4th of July stuff as well, like talking about how I just left her on 4th of July, all that stuff. And I was in there with my ex. Once again, she like always was like super like, for some reason had a problem with my ex-girlfriend, which I had like no.
Flash didn't trust.
Yeah, didn't talk to her at all.
And which ex is this now that you're talking about?
So
'Cause you have so many.
this is still
Em.
this is still Kaylin. This is like still
okay.
Kaylin we're talking about, right?
Isn't
this is right around the
Kaylin,
time
like-
that Kaylin that was living at Jake's house. Remember when Kaylin and Elle moved into Jake's house?
Yes,
So
yes.
that's whenever that whole thing was going on. And then it was during quarantine. We had nothing to do for 4th of July. I wanted to go to Texas. Some stuff happened. We weren't able to go to Texas, so I hit up this company like 24 hours in advance and like got us a private jet, the biggest room in Vegas that you could possibly get. We were gonna race cars. I tried to put something super
there with
fun.
you?
That's the most TikTok thing I've ever heard in my life. Imagine if we were able to do that. Be like, you know what? Tomorrow, I fancy a private jet. Want to race some cars? The biggest hotel room? Let's have it all. Like, fucking, these people live different lives, I'm convinced, okay? That's the main thing I've learned from this story so far. These people live different lives, and I want to fucking live it, okay? What am I doing? I've got a room with a hoodie, a plant, and a light just in a corner. That's all I've got in here. I want my private jet. But either way, Tayler goes on to explain that he booked this big thing for 4th of July, but Summer didn't want to go. But they've already paid for this big trip away, private jet and whatnot. So he went anyways with his friends, and his ex just so happened to be there or something, and she got angry. Basically, it's a bunch of petty stuff that I don't really know why they're still talking about, but apparently they are. So apparently I have to now speak about it, even though I'm 100% know that none of you give a shit about stuff like this. But yeah, if you have any thoughts, let me know. Genuinely don't think I'm going to see one comment about this topic, to be honest. But yeah, let me know anyways. But now moving on, a little bit of a follow-up from yesterday's video talking about Trisha Paytas and H3 and the Frenemies podcast being over. Trisha Paytas ended up posting a video doing an apology, so I feel like it's only fair if we listen to what Trisha has to say.
Good morning, guys. It's early again. I, of course, didn't sleep last night, and I just wanted to, like, this thing has gotten so blown out of proportion. Like, I think I'm just in shock all this happened because it just spiraled from one thing and then it became another and another, and it just got like I understand that like
I've got to say, it is kind of actually strange seeing Trisha do an apology video right now, because Trisha's actually been like seen as like a really good person recently, right? Like a lot of people seem to like Trisha, mainly because of the Frenemies episode. You could have seen what Trisha was like. Trisha seemed to have been like growing into a bigger and better person. And yeah, I feel like it's kind of interesting to even see Trisha in drama right now, which is quite weird to say that because Trisha used to always be in drama. But yeah, this kind of seems like a rare occurrence. And to be fair, I haven't really seen Trisha apologize for much in a long time. So I feel like Trisha probably does actually regret this quite a bit. And I know some people will be like, wow, you can't believe Trisha. Like, Trisha does this all the time. But I don't know. This one seems a little bit more genuine in my eyes. But maybe I'm being stupid.
Right now, and this is the first time where I've been like canceled, I guess, where it like hurts because there's no winning. Like I can't prove that I'm in the right. Like, you know, I don't want to. I don't think I am. Like it just to me was this like misunderstanding, and it got blown out of proportion. And I kept trying to defend myself yesterday because I really don't want people to think of me as a rude person. And I was really like trying to like that really is it. Like think of me as anything else but like. All Frenemies did every time I stormed out was make me look awful.
Okay, so as you can see, Trisha seems to regret the whole, I'm assuming here, kind of saying the certain things that they did to the staff, you know, kind of played down what they did as a job and kind of said that they were shit at it, even though they've done a lot for the show. I mean, even just the smaller things that you don't even think about. Do you know how long, like, much time it takes to, like, set up cameras, set up lights, set up the set up the sound recordings, make sure all the levels on the mics are okay, making sure that the settings on the cameras are okay, all the exposure's correct and all this stuff. Like, there's a lot of things that go into being a production team that you wouldn't even really think about, but they do take a lot of time, okay? A lot of these things that Trisha probably wouldn't want to come to a studio and set up themselves, you know? So I think it just came across a bit, like, out of touch, you know? A bit out of touch.
I've just never thought I was an awful person, and now, like reading all the comments and stuff, I'm just like, of course people are like, oh my god, this is manipulative, but I'm truly like trying to reflect on it. I'm like, I always like thought I had like a good heart. Like I always thought I had like a good heart. I didn't think I was like a nasty person, but of all the times that I've obviously been shunned from the internet, like this one hurts the most because I'm like, maybe obviously people are seeing stuff that I'm not, and I'm so sorry to disappoint everyone. Like I keep saying that, but I'm so sorry. Like
you know, the weirdest thing about this is that this is actually like a family matter now. Like it's still so weird even to think about. They're related pretty much, right? I don't know, did Trisha and Moses actually get married or they just engaged? Either way, they're gonna be related soon, okay? They're gonna be in-laws, which is crazy. It still blows my mind that Ethan and Trisha are technically so close, family oriented. Like this is family business we're seeing, and it is a bit weird even seeing this online. The whole episode we watched in yesterday's video, the day before, whenever this is uploaded, just felt like we shouldn't really be looking at this. It's all private matters that we really shouldn't be seeing. I mean, it was big business talk. Like, why are we seeing that on a podcast? So it's a bit bizarre. Now this is obviously blown up because Trisha made a video after that talking about it. Ethan's done a bunch of tweets, and it's all kind of blew up. Trisha posted them screenshots for text messages that just made them look 10 times worse. So yeah, it feels like with a lot of the things we speak about Trisha Paytas for, it just feels like it was a smaller situation that Trisha blown up and then regretted it. That's what it kind of seems like.
It was so fun to be like well received. Like that was great. And people keep reminding that I only put like because of Frenemies, and I understand that, and like that felt really good, but I don't know how this all got messed up. I don't want enemies on the internet. I don't want, especially Ethan. I feel like it's obviously shown now. I just look like this person who just is unstable time and time again, and people kick me out time and time again, and like it's obviously like a pattern. Like I'm not trying to.
There you have it, okay? Trisha obviously seems to regret a lot of this, and unlike more situations where you see like drama on the internet between two people who rarely ever see each other, this one obviously seems a lot more personal because it is family pretty much at this point, right? Or they're gonna technically be family. I mean, Hila's brother is Trisha Paytas' fiance, which is like nuts, right? This feels like a situation that you'd obviously feel like is probably gonna get sorted. Like they probably should sort it for the family's sake, right? But it's also a situation I feel like we shouldn't even be seeing online in the first place. A bit like the, I mean, we spoke about the Tayler Holder one saying that we don't think that should be online. This, in my eyes, it got even less reason to be online, and I don't know why they felt like it had to be. It could have easily been cut. I don't think Frenemies is actually recorded live. I'm pretty sure it's pre-recorded and uploaded, but yeah, it's went to a much bigger situation than it really had to be, and I would love to know your thoughts. Do you accept Trisha's apology? Do you think that they're going to sort things out? I mean, by the time this video's uploaded, they might have already sorted things out. Like I said, I record these videos like maybe like a day in advance. So they might have already sorted out at this point. If so, we're obviously going to speak about it in the next video. But hopefully they can get it sorted. At the end of the day, Frenemies was actually quite a good show. It was very entertaining. I see a lot of people like who I know, and I see like their Instagram posts who they don't watch YouTube in the slightest, but they'll watch Frenemies. And I'm like, Jesus, okay, right? Frenemies is kind of like actually really big. I swear the episode's got like 2 or 3 mil an episode on a podcast, which is was nuts, right? This show was really big. So hopefully we managed to sort it out. We'll see. Let me know your thoughts down below. And I reckon that's probably where we're going to leave this video. I mean, if you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like down below. Subscribe if you are new as well. That's a big old hand. But yeah, I guess until tomorrow, because I'm uploading daily. See you guys in a bit. Alright, goodbye.
I'm a T-star, boy, and that's forever till I die. Up and coming MCU, will see it in my eyes. Every time they grab the mic, I swear I got a hit.